They say everything old becomes new again, and music is no exception. Vinyl records have become a hot commodity as of late. 2021 saw vinyl sales skyrocket to 108% during the first 6 months. The International Observance of Local Record Stores, otherwise known as Record Store Day, has become a favorite amongst vinyl collectors. Now held 3 times a year, Record Store Day is a day where many support local record stores and stand in line early for Record Store Day limited vinyl. However, not everyone in the vinyl record industry is a champion of Record Store Day. I spoke with Max Ochester, owner of record store Brewerytown Beats in Philadelphia, about how Record Store Day can present a problem to independent local record stores. You gave me a fresh perspective on Record Store Day that I've never heard before. And so you told me that you used to participate in it, but things have kind of changed. Can you just talk to me about that and how this what you do now works best for your store?
Yeah, and Record Store Day is still happening the way it used to happen. For me personally, there was a lot of things that started to kind of push me in the other direction. I don't ever really order new release vinyl. If somebody wants something, I can order it, but I don't actively order stuff. It got to a point where I went to go order something for Record Store Day because I was really going to try to make the push and like do it. And I got an email back from a distributor saying, well, you don't meet our threshold for the year, so you can't order any of this stuff. So that was kind of the last straw. And I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna, in my own way, anti-Record Store Day kind of feel. People go around saying, every day is Record Store Day.
Yeah.
It's a small business, and we need support year round, and I can't lie, some of those things sell all the time. For instance, Fleetwood Mac Rumors sells every time I buy it. Every time I have a couple copies that they sell. So it's an interesting time in the record business.
It sure is. Why do you think vinyl's so popular right now?
It's the same thing that people have been saying forever. It's tangible. You grab a record. Oh, here's some cool. You grab a record and you've got these amazing graphics on the front. These are the Halloween records. These amazing drawings, and this one literally says the ideal party record, and it has monster sounds and dance music. So like, just create a mood. It's tangible. You can touch it. You can read about the artists. You can see the artwork. I love stuff like this. I don't know if you can see, but on the back, there's like a handwritten address. So like if she took it to a party, she wanted it returned to her house. Like that's
right. So it's a cool piece of history.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing all around. Yeah.
You still do events around this time. Do you think it's just it still is beneficial for record stores that choose not to participate in that way to still do something for their customers just to celebrate that day or that time for record lovers?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's funny. A lot of people still come out, even though I'm not doing these special releases and I'm not on the website or anything. A lot of people still come out and support, and they just want to come through the store and say hi and pick up a few used records. And I've always had good days on Record Store Day.
Right.
It really feels good because people are just it's a recognition twice a year that like, oh, I gotta go do this.
Yeah.
So
I think that's great, particularly stores like yours, where you mentioned you don't do a lot of new releases or reissues. You have a great selection of catalog items and things that are hard to find, and maybe someone that like may have just gotten into the Temptations or the Commodores, they'll be able to find original, releases there. Can you tell me more about what your store carries?
Sure. I mean, we moved recently. We moved in January of this past year. We moved into a much larger space from about 1,000 square feet to 4,000 square feet. And the reason we made that move was because we had so much inventory either in the basement of our old place or in the storage unit that we had, that it didn't make sense, to just keep hiding that stuff away. And I
Mm,
found myself never going over there and looking through stuff. I just kind of would do the initial run of the collection, and then anything that I didn't want right away or didn't want to deal with, I would just put away.
mm,
So when we made this move, it allowed us to kind of get all that stuff out of boxes and get it out so people can really spend their time digging through stuff. And I've got in the warehouse, there's got to be at least a 500,000 records, which is insane, but it's there's that many. Um,
wow.
yeah, between the front and the back room. So
Mm,
it's to me, really, it should just be a community space for people who love music and want to come and hang out and talk shop. And myself and everybody that I've ever employed are all just music lovers.
mm,
So we have good conversation with people. We know a little bit about a lot of things, and always willing to give a good recommendation. And yeah,
mm,
there's literally a record for every occasion. I just bought,
mm,
because I collect Philadelphia music. I bought a
mm.
Philadelphia records. I bought a record about bedwetting, and like it was an
On
instructional
vinyl. This is on
on
vinyl
vinyl.
about
Yeah, yeah,
bedwetting.
yeah. And it was just one of the, I've never seen it before, and it was literally just, you know what to do about bedwetting.
Do you know what
Crazy.
year that might just I'm just curious, you know what year that was released?
Probably in the late '60s, I would say.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
Wow.
this is prior to the internet. Records were everything to people.
Right, or prior to Google. This is not something that you could just
Right,
Google, so I could imagine
right.
that was the way that they would,
I can't
communicate.
imagine that being on the shelf in a store, though. Like you're not
Right.
gonna have a section for bedwetting. So
What would your advice be to a novice vinyl collector, like someone that really wanted to get into vinyl? I think your store, like I said, has a lot of the original printings of things. It'd be really interesting to just
yeah,
spend the day. It's not a place that you just want to go into for 5 minutes. So what
yeah.
would be your advice?
I've always said this as well. You just pick something that you don't know that looks interesting to you, no
Hmm,
matter what it is, no matter what genre it is. If the artwork strikes you, or if you're reading the back and it has like a song title that but this might be an interesting cover of it. Just pick something that you don't know. Generally, they're going to be very cheap.
hmm.
$2 to $3 to $4, and you never know. You might find something amazing. You might really enjoy it. So that's what
Great,
I would say.
great. What would you like to say to what would you like people in your community to know about how they can support record stores year round?
I think the best way to support is, come in and buy records would be the number one.
Mhm,
Come in and spend some time talking to the people who work there. Um, Bring records in and play them if there's something interesting that you like. And then if you're not into records but you still want to support, share stuff on social media.
mhm,
Hit people, send them directly. There's a lot of people, circles of friends, where people from out of town say, "What should we do while we're in Philly?" If you want to support, say, "Hey, go check out this local business. It's pretty cool." So that kind of stuff.
I'm Toya Haynes for PhillyCAM Voices.